Hit a little traffic. Optimus.
Decepticons.
To my friends, thank you for giving me such a great life. I have never taken it or you for granted. Because of you, my kids didn't have to grow up poor the way I did. As a mother, I didn't have to go to bed heartbroken. What you gave to me allowed me to give them a better life. I hope you know what a gift.
And I love that country where you say I was made just to fit your plans, but does a barnyard shovel fit your hand? Cause if your eyes are on me, you look in that country up there on that screen, yeah. You look in that country. God bless you, Loretta. Thank you.
Loretta Lynn's voice rose from the poverty-stricken hills of Kentucky out of the home of her loving parents. Children was still a struggle, even after Dew moved the family to Washington for a better future. But Dew had an idea.
Do it, said Loretta. I listen to the girl singers in the car all the time. You're a better singer than they are. I'm going to put you out there to work. He got this $17 guitar. I learned myself how to play it. Then he come in one night and he said, well, you're about ready now. I'm going to get you a job.
And now I'm a honky-tonk girl.
American music was changed forever.
Loretta Lynn, I mean, where the hell do you even begin? Well, it began for me being a 9-year-old down in Texas, and some of the first songs I ever learned were Fist City and You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man, which is funny coming from a 9-year-old. But I have so many treasured memories of getting to be around her, you know, opening for her back in the day, bringing a serious, sparkly country moment to the CMAs. But my favorite moments were just quietly getting to sit and talk with her, honestly, about ghosts and spirits and fried chicken and so many very fun, real things. Loretta was such a brave woman and a creative. And I truly believe that I would not be where I am if Loretta hadn't made it easier for me and paved the way. I am so, so grateful for just simply getting to exist in the same time that Loretta did. And I'm so fortunate that we have this legacy that she left behind, and it's going to last forever. But I'm sending all my love. I wish I could be there.
Please welcome Barbara Mandrell.
I'm here with you tonight at the Grand Ole Opry House, and people are watching from all over the world for one reason. We all love Loretta Lynn. Loretta stole my heart. We worked on many TV shows together, and she was always so very kind and sweet to me. And when I received her autobiography, Coal Miner's Daughter, I started reading that, and I was just absolutely captured by the extraordinary life that she led. I watched the movie Coal Miner's Daughter 11 times. Most of those times I was watching it in my stateroom on my tour bus after leaving my concert at night. A couple of places in that movie made me cry every time I saw them. There was only one Loretta, even though she was a mega star and an iconic talent, she was also kind and generous and loving. I admire, adore, and love Loretta Lynn with my whole heart, as I know you do too. My friends, here's the wonderful Tanya Tucker.
Set out to see the world. Remember when those city lights shine down? Well, that big old moon shines on your Kentucky girl. I swear I love you by the moon above you. How bright is it shining in your world? Some morning when you wake up all alone, well, just come on home to your blue Kentucky girl. I'm gonna miss you, Reddy.
I was so fortunate to have become such good friends with Miss Loretta, and sadly what was to be the last chapter of her life. So many great stories, from her coming out to my farm and sitting around the studio writing songs, to even showing up at my saloon parties on property and being so gracious with her time with everyone and taking pictures. And I'll always cherish the time I had with her and just admire her so much as a lady, as a songwriter, as a mother and grandmother, and as somebody who was such a dear friend to me. I'll sign off by saying, Loretta, I love you, rest in peace. Or let me say it like you always said to me, and probably so many people here. I love you, honey. God bless you.
Please welcome Faith Hill and Tim McGraw.
Here. Woo. Here we are. My friendship with Loretta Lynn began about 200 feet behind this stage in the old Opry House Studio C. That's where Loretta filmed her nightly talk show, Loretta Lynn and Friends. and where this young singer with big dreams got to sit, talk, laugh, and sing with the force of nature and national treasure that is Loretta Lynn. Now, almost 30 years later, it is our honor and privilege to be here as close to where our dear friendship began, and to celebrate this extraordinary woman and her remarkable life.
You know, when I think of Loretta, I think growing up in Stark, Louisiana in the 70s and 80s, and her voice and her music are part of the soundtrack of my life. I grew up hearing her songs on the radio, sung by every female singer in every local cover band, and in between innings at Little League games on the stereo at my house. Just everywhere I turned, I heard Loretta Lynn.
And then in the 60s and the 70s, Loretta wrote and sang songs that shocked a whole lot of people. You know, sometimes that's just what truth does, right? You got to tell it, though.
Loretta made it clear she was writing songs about women, for women.
Time and time again. Yes. Time and time again, women came up to her and said with real appreciation, "You're singing my life, about my life." They thanked her for giving them a voice, giving their lives a place in country music. Loretta was unabashedly honest about hardships and joys of being a wife, a mother, a woman, living life, loving, lying, cheating, having babies, not having babies. She sang about it all. We women, you know, women kind of know about that sort of thing. So, in case anybody wants to know the truth about things, she was fierce and she was proud of who she was, where she came from, and how she lived her life.
She inspired women to simply be who they were, feel what they felt, stand up for themselves, and know they were not alone. Her trailblazing directly impacted women's lives, my wife's life, my daughter's lives.
And she didn't just push boundaries for women in country music. She shredded them. Okay? Yeah, she did. She gave us this bold new space to find our own way, to dream and to soar in the music we make and careers and our lives that we have. She was always good, kind, and supportive of all of us. Every single person in this room has a story I'm sure they could share. And she was so dang wise and funny. No, we all good. We good. I am honored to have been in your presence, Loretta. I am grateful to have so many memories with you. I am proud to be a woman in country music. I am proud to be a mom. I am proud to have had the privilege, glory, to have had the privilege of following, for so many of us, of following you down the musical path you blazed for all of us.
I just want to say thank you, Loretta. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Darius Rucker.
Brag around town that you've been loving my band. But the man I love, when he picks up trash, he puts it in a garbage can. And that's what you look like to me, and what I see is pity. You better close your face and get out of my way if you don't want to go to Fifth City. If you don't want to go to Fifth City, you better detour 'cause I'll grab you by the hair of the head and lift you off the ground. I ain't saying my man's a saint 'cause he ain't, 'cause he don't cat around with a kitty. You better tell your gal, lay off of my man if you don't wanna go to Fish City. Come on, tell me what you told my friends if you think you're brave enough. And I'll show you what a real woman is, since you think you're hot stuff. You bite off more than you can chew if you get too cute or witty. You better move your feet if you don't want to eat a meal that's called Fish City. If you don't want to go to Fish City, you better detour around my town, 'cause I'll grab you by the hair of the head and lift you off the ground. I ain't saying my man's a saint 'cause he ain't, and he don't cat around with a kitty. Move your head and lay off of my man if you don't want to go to Fish City. You better move your hand and lay off of my man if you don't want to go to Fish City.
I always wrote about life. If you write life, somebody's gonna like it.
As a songwriter, Loretta drew most of her inspiration from her relationship with her husband.
Every time I get mad at him over something, well, I could write a hit song. That's the way that I got him back, was write about it and sing to him.
I'm here to tell you, gotta lay off my man. Go to Fish City.
I recorded songs that the other girls wouldn't sing. I think I got 8 banned, but they all went number 1.
You set this chicken in your last town, 'cause now I've got the pill.
I felt like I was singing about people that's sitting out there listening.
Writing about her daily struggles made Loretta's work groundbreaking and gave generations of women permission to speak their truth.
I'm so grateful to Loretta Lynn for being an example for all songwriters everywhere, but most specifically female songwriters getting to say things that might make people uncomfortable. She was so ahead of her time, and the way that she exercised brutal, truthful, fearless honesty every time she sat down to write a song is something that I think changed music forever and paved the way for every songwriter that is trying to be truthful and honest today.
Ladies and gentlemen, Martina McBride.
As I stood backstage this evening, my mind went to a Saturday night in 1995 when Loretta inducted me into the Grand Ole Opry. It was the start of our friendship. I know a lot has been said and will be said tonight about her huge and important career. That the women of country music absolutely could not be who we are today if she hadn't gone first. I mean, we may still be here, but maybe not writing our own songs or singing about topical issues. She really blazed that trail and did it as only she could by telling her story and making it relatable to millions of women who could see themselves in her. I want to add a little bit more to the story of who she was, because this music icon was also the most down-to-earth girlfriend. And that's what she called us, her girlfriends. The reason I make a special note of this is because it always just astonished me that Loretta Lynn, one of my heroes, would think of me that way. I remember one time she called to tell me she'd been on her treadmill singing Independence Day and reaching for those high notes. I'm trying to hit those high notes, she'd say. She'd always say, I love you, honey. Come see me anytime. She also used to say to me, Martina, you and me ought to tour together. I said, yes, ma'am, that would be amazing. She said, we'd tar it up, wouldn't we? We did end up doing some shows together, and I treasure those moments. She was funny and fun.
She was wise, she was a brilliant songwriter, and a big, powerful singer and storyteller. She was so real and just always Loretta. She shared her heartache, her feistiness, her spirituality, her childhood, her love for Du and her kids, and her stories with all of us and with the world. Well, maybe some stories she didn't share with the world, but as I read the tributes to her life in the past weeks, I've heard so many other women in country music who have similar things to say about her impact on them. Not just her music, not just their music, but them personally. She paid attention to our careers. She made us feel like we were special to her and like she was in our corner. And I feel that part of her legacy is that it's up to us now to mentor and to make sure we all know we have each other's backs and that the ones coming up the ladder feel our support too. That we are available and we can now say, I love you, honey. Come see me anytime. And now please welcome Alan Jackson.
Thank you all so much. Hi. Loretta. Loretta was always very sweet to me, and for a lot of years there, from the time I first stepped on this opera stage 30-something years ago, probably, and I never told her this, but she reminded me of a lot of my mama. They looked a little alike, but their personalities were a lot alike. They were both real outgoing, tell you exactly what's on their mind, but very sweet and genuine. Both came from real hard, humble backgrounds. They both married a man when they were very young, 16 years old or so, and stayed with them their whole life. And they loved Southern gospel music. And when my mama passed away, I wrote this song for her. And when they asked me to sing for Loretta tonight, I just felt like the words felt right. And the family was kind enough to let me sing this song for her tonight. So for Loretta, it's just for you, where your heart has always been. The morning light was soft and low. The clouds had left an early snow. A peaceful sound was calling low. It's time to go. And God reached out his tender hand and gently pulled her home with him and brushed away the sorrow from her soul within. And I could hear the roses sing, a bluebird slowly claps its wings. The sun seemed brighter than it's ever been. Now she's dancing in the wind with her true love again, where her heart has always been, where her heart has always been. I'll play that fiddle for him, right? Sing, a bluebird softly claps its wings. The sun seems brighter than it's ever been. And now she's dancing in the wind with her true love again, where her heart has always been, where her heart has always been, and where her heart has always been. The morning light was soft and low, the clouds had left an early snow. Thank you.
Well, hey to all of Loretta's friends and all of Loretta's family, and I consider myself part of the family. I've loved Loretta since we were both new in Nashville. We kind of grew up together. We used to talk about our lives and how similar we grew up, had a lot of laughs, shed a lot of tears over things that we remembered about our childhood and about our parents. And we loved country music, and we often talked about how we were so happy that we grew up the way we did so we could write all those wonderful songs about our lives. I mean, what song could be better than Coal Miner's Daughter? We know that Loretta's resting in peace. She's left a wonderful legacy. She's left a wonderful memory. She was the best friend anybody could ever have and one of the greatest artists ever. So go ahead and celebrate her knowing I'm right there with you.
Please welcome Hoda Kotb.
Well, hello, everybody. What a thrill it is to be here. I need more Kleenexes. This is the most beautiful celebration of Loretta Lynn. I was born in Norman, Oklahoma. I grew up in Morgantown, West Virginia, and Virginia. I was raised in a world where country music was big, and there was a whole lot of love for Loretta Lynn. You know what Miss Loretta did throughout her career? She told the truth. And because she told the truth, women like us thought we could tell the truth too. She had her first #1 record in 1967. She won her first Grammy in 1972. In the 70s and 80s, her song Coal Miner's Daughter became a life-changing record, an autobiography, and an Academy Award-winning movie. She made the gold album Honky Tonk Angels with Dolly Parton and Tammy Wynette in the 90s. Indeed. She won the Grammy for Best Country Album in 2005. And just last year, she released Still Woman Enough, her 50th studio album, her 60th, counting her 10 duet albums with Conway Twitty. Decades and decades of making great country music. Right now, what do you say we take it back to 1967? Here to perform Loretta's very first #1 record. Please welcome George Strait.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be a part of this celebration of life and memorial for Miss Loretta Lynn tonight. Such an icon in the music that we all love, and that's country music. She was a trailblazer, barrier breaker, original, beautiful, kind, sweet, and one hell of a songwriter, singer, and entertainer. I'm so glad to have gotten to know her, and I will miss her dearly. God bless her family that's here tonight, and God bless Loretta Lynn. Here's one of her many smashes.
thought I'd be waiting up when you came home last night. You've been out with all the boys and you ended up half-tied. Liquor and love, they just don't mix. Leave the bottle or me behind. And don't come home a-drinking with loving on your mind. No, don't come home a-drinking with loving on your mind. Just stay out there on the town and see what you can find. 'Cause if you want that kind of love, then you don't need none of mine. Well, don't come home a-drinking with loving on your mind. You never take me anywhere because you're always gone. And many a night I've laid awake and cried here all alone. Then you come in, kissing on me, it happens every time. No, don't come home a-drinking with loving on your mind. No, don't come home a-drinking with loving on your mind. Just stay out there on the town and see what you can find. 'Cause if you want that kind of love, well, you don't need none of mine. So don't come home a-drinking with loving on your mind. No, don't come home a-drinking with loving on your mind.
Loretta Lynn has always been my hero. She was a woman that I looked up to, not only because of her performances and her singing, but because of the way she conducted herself and how she treated people, which I always thought was the best in the world. I appreciate the family so much for sharing their mama, their grandma, their sister with us. We love Loretta. I've always loved Loretta, and I always will.
Effortless partnership with Conway Twitty made them one of country music's most iconic duos of all time. With more than 13 singles, 10 studio albums, 20 awards, and countless fans.
Me and Conway never had an argument. The whole 20 years we had a business together. I've had other artists call up and ask to record with me, and do it say, she's got a singing partner.
She brought her signature sass to the Honky Tonk Angels when she teamed up with Dolly and Tammy Wynette. And her Grammy-winning work with producer and rocker Jack White introduced her authentic depth and brilliance to a whole new audience, a testament to her timeless voice. Ladies and gentlemen, Little Big Town.
There's a wreath on the door. She don't live here no more. As of today, she flew home. And we all gather here in sorrow and tears. It won't be the same with her gone. There's a place on the hill that's peaceful and still, where she'll sleep beside Daddy again. The old family tree is shedding its leaves, but we'll all meet in heaven again. Oh, she's an angel, let her fly, let her fly. She's gone home child. Sing Rock of Ages in the sweet by and by. Her life wasn't easy, oh, but how hard she tried. You know she's an angel, Lord, let her fly. Oh, she's an angel, let her fly, let her fly. She's gone home to glory, to her home in the sky. When God sees her coming, heaven's choir will smile and sing, oh, she's an angel, let her fly, let her fly. Oh, she's an angel, let her fly, let her fly. Oh, she's an angel, let her fly.
Please welcome Margot Price.
Loretta's influenced generations of singers and songwriters. We've all discovered her in our own way. One of my favorite stories is about a little 9-year-old boy in Detroit, Michigan. He watched the movie Coal Miner's Daughter and was mesmerized by it all. The music, the singer, and the story. This film opened up a young rock and roller fan's eyes to the beauty of country music. 20 years later, he was part of the stripped-down rock duo, the White Stripes. In 2001, their album, White Blood Cells, became their breakthrough. It went gold, charted singles in the US and the UK, and set them up to win some MTV Music Award dedicated to Loretta Lynn. Then, as only Loretta could, she invited the White Stripes to her home for chicken and dumplings and asked Jack White to produce a new album for her. The album Van Leer Rose is their masterpiece, a country music album so good it hurts. Somehow, the matchup just worked. In 2005, Van Leer Rose won the Grammy for Best Country Album of the Year. They had this glorious, creative, deep, and trusting friendship. Jack knew she was a national treasure. He was wise enough to sit down with her, turn the camera on, and let her talk, knowing he was recording music history. Here's a moment he wanted to share, the story behind one of the first songs Loretta ever wrote.
Thank you for doing that song with me at the Bridgestone Arena show we did. That's one of my favorite things you've ever written, and when I first got that, I got a hold of your 045, your very first record, and you think that might be one of the first songs you ever wrote, right?
I think it might be the first one.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a waltz. And when I wrote this song, we men went fishing.
Yeah.
I was sitting up in the branches of a tree fishing, and I wrote the song, and it's probably my first one.
You were up in a tree?
I was up in a tree. I was.
That's so
fishing.
great. And you do it, you can still do it in D? We're all right, we're doing it in D, the original?
Yeah. If I sung out, you couldn't stand it in here.
Oh, sing out loud, please. We won't
Lordy.
get mad.
That's the truth.
I'll give you the D.
I sat down by the sea, and it whispered to me. It brought back an old love affair that used to be. It told me that you had found someone new and left me to cry over you. Whispering sea, roll on by, now don't you listen to me cry. I cry as though my heart is broken too. Oh,
No one will ever know, no one but the drifting, whispering sea. Well, I thought I'd left behind all his love, but I was blind. Should have known that there was no use to pretend.
I thought I knew
love I would find, that it never crossed my mind. But the whispering sea, it talked to me. Whispering sea, rolling by, now don't you listen to me cry. I cry as though my heart is broken too. Oh, how I love him so. No one will ever know, no one but the drifting, whispering sea. Was that the way I cut it?
That was the way you cut it, yeah.
I'll be darned.
Beautiful. Thank you for doing that.
Mercy me.
That song means a lot to me. I've been playing that song ever since the first time I heard it. I've been playing it probably once a week.
You're kidding.
It's hard to pick up a guitar and not try to play that one.
Deck the halls for less during Hobby Lobby's 60% off Christmas sale.
One of my fondest memories was sitting on my daddy's knee, listening to the stories that he told. He pulled out some old photograph, like a treasured memory from the past, and said, "Child, this here's the family rose." Well, that poor boy won that beauty's heart. And my daddy would look at my mommy and smile as he brushed the hair back from my eyes, and he'd say, "Your mama, she's the family rose. She brought the bell of Johnson County, Ohio River to Big Sandy. A beauty to behold, like a diamond in the coal." All the mamas, they would gather round and talk about the man that came to town. Right under their nose, stole the heart of the family road. Yeah, right under their nose, stole the heart of the family road.
The first time I ever met Loretta, first time I ever saw Loretta, she was coming out of the back of a music venue. And the back door opened and out came this gorgeous woman. And she was so mad. Her band was following behind her and she was saying, bam, bam, bam. I couldn't hear nothing but them dead drums beating in my ear. And I had been going there to see her, to tell her that I didn't think I could do her film. But when I laid eyes on her, I was thunderstruck. Loretta has had a major impact on my career, but on my life as a friend. She always said, Sissy, we were twins in another life. And I laughed about that then, but I know that I believe that you travel through time and space with soulmates, family members, people that mean something to you, that you love. And Loretta was like my sister. Sometimes she was like my mother. She was my girlfriend. Loretta, I'm going to try to behave myself so that someday I'll be up there with you and we can pin those lyrics to your songs on all the lampshades around the room and get our guitars and sing as we walk from lampshade to lampshade. I love you. I love your family. I got to know you from the inside out by playing you, and it was the greatest gift. Thank you for the legacy. You were an angel. I love you.
Ghirardelli chocolate chips makes baking a bite better.
Please welcome Sheryl Crow.
Well, before I go to that, I'm just amazed at how many people Loretta has brought together. She's so much bigger than country music. Hearing Jack White up there, and obviously I'm here. She's just so much bigger than any genre.
The first time I ever met Loretta, first time I ever saw Loretta, she was coming out of the back of a music venue. And the back door opened and out came this gorgeous woman, and she was so mad. Her band was following behind her and she was saying, bam, bam, bam. I couldn't hear nothing but them dead drums beating in my ear. And I had been going there to see her, to tell her that I didn't think I could do her film. But when I laid eyes on her, I was thunderstruck. Loretta has had a major impact on my career, but on my life as a friend. She always said, Sissy, we were twins in another life. And I laughed about that then, but I know that I believe that you travel through time and space with soulmates, family members, people that mean something to you, that you love. And Loretta was like my sister. Sometimes she was like my mother. She was my girlfriend. Loretta, I'm going to try to behave myself so that someday I'll be up there with you and we can pin those lyrics to your songs on all the lampshades around the room and get our guitars and sing as we walk from lampshade to lampshade. I love you. I love your family. I got to know you from the inside out by playing you, and it was the greatest gift. Thank you for the legacy. You were an angel. I love you.
Please welcome Sheryl Crow.
Well, before I go to that, I'm just amazed at how many people Loretta has brought together. She's so much bigger than country music. Hearing Jack White up there, and obviously I'm here. She's just so much bigger than any genre. It's such a privilege to be here with you tonight and to join all of you remembering and celebrating Loretta Lynn. I feel really fortunate to have gotten to record with Loretta. I got to perform live with her on a couple of occasions, and I got to make a music video for Coal Miner's Daughter with her and Miranda Lambert. But what I loved most about Loretta was not her incredible storytelling or the fierce and brave songs that she wrote. What I loved about Loretta was I got to witness her on her ranch, taking time to walk out and meet her fans and sign autographs and take pictures. She loved her fans so much that she invited them into her world. And I love that about her. A little over 6 years ago, Loretta and Willie Nelson, two dear friends, recorded together for the very first time. Their iconic, soul-stirring voices created a haunting and beautiful recording of Lay Me Down. What a beautiful tribute to her that tonight Loretta's granddaughter and Willie Nelson's son will sing Lay Me Down. So please welcome Emmy Russell and Lucas Nelson.
Hello, everybody. Well, I'm Emmy. Thank you all for being here. You know, this is the first time I'm singing since Meemaw got kind of sick back when I was 18. I'm 23 now. And she always stood in the corner and called me out on stage. And I'd sing a song, one original song, and one song that everybody knew. And it's the first time that she's not here to look at me with her proud eyes. And it's just special. And thank you for listening. So.
This is living proof that there can be life beyond cancer. At Baptist Health, we've treated more breast, colon, and lung cancer patients than any other health system in Kentucky and Southern Indiana. Learn more at baptisthealth.com/cancercare.
Want a game like a pro? Find gear your way with the Google app. Tap the lens icon to search what you see, so you can find it, get it, and get back to your game. Get more ways to search when you download the Google app.
When I was a child, I cried. Thank you so much.
Loretta was absolutely such a hero in so many ways. She is the reason that all of us girls have a voice today. She's such a big part of that reason for blazing a trail and for not being afraid and always being brave and always being exactly true to who she was and singing about her real life and not being ashamed to show the flaws and all. So I'm so thankful that I got to spend a little time with her, and I can't wait till we meet again one day.
How beautiful has tonight been? Well, let's go back to 1975. In 1975, 60 radio stations banned our next Loretta song. Preachers, y'all know the one. Preachers even preached about it. And let's just say they weren't Team Loretta. Opry executives talked about not letting her perform it here. Legend has it, she said, if you ban it, I'll quit the Opry. And yet it was one of the biggest records of her career, and it resonated so strongly that it made the pop charts. Here to perform a song that resonates today, please welcome Margot Price.
Bed and a doctor bill. I'm tearing down your rooter done tore up her nest, and I'm ready to make a deal. And you can't afford to turn it down since I've got the pill. This incubator is overused because you kept it filled. Feeling good comes easy now since I've got the pill. It's getting dark, it's roosting time. Tonight's too good to be real. Oh, but Daddy, don't you worry none, 'cause Mama's got the pill.
Okay, Fitbit, looks like I'm ready to hit this trick today. I'm gonna get this. Okay, this is the one. Listen to your body, feel your power. Fitbit by Google.
Oh, Daddy, don't you worry none, 'cause Mama's got the pill.
One of the things we all agree on around the world is everybody loved Loretta. Loretta was one of those rare people that could walk to anybody's house and knock on the door and be welcomed in as an honored guest. At our house, her name is spoken love and reverence. Connie has never wavered in her statement that Loretta is her favorite country girl singer of all time. And when it comes to country music songwriting and singing, well, Loretta Lynn was as good as it gets. Standard that everybody else can go up to. Ernie, Patsy, Peggy, Crystal, Peggy Sue, all the kids and grandkids, extended family, you have our love, my prayers, and God bless you in the days ahead. Thank you for sharing Loretta Lynn with us for so long.
Please welcome back Darius Rucker.
Loretta's songs blazed straight through conservative country radio stations of the 60s and the 70s. The Pill, Fist City, Don't Come Home and Drink It with Lovin' on Your Mind, Rated X, and You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man. A lot of stations tried to ban these songs and more, but they couldn't. The public demanded to hear them, and they were changing the dial. Life told from Loretta's point of view blew a lot of people's minds and sent shockwaves that empowered a lot of women to stand up for themselves in ways they never could. She was honored with the highest awards the music industry and our country could bestow upon her. She was groundbreaking, she was original, she was a trailblazer. And yet, as said over and over again, she was so kind-hearted and down to earth, and I can definitely attest to that. When she had Jack White to supper the first time and made those chicken and dumplings, she also made sure to send him out the door with a loaf of bread and a stick of butter. Because that's how down-to-earth legends raise and Butcher Holler roll. And now let's hear some more from Loretta.
Loretta blazed a trail as both a woman in country and as an artist, and the world took notice.
I've gotten so many awards, but the high point, I guess, was getting the Entertainer of the Year the first time. I didn't think girls would ever win the award, and I got it.
'Cause if you're looking at me, you're looking at country.
Over the course of her career, she earned over 70 awards, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom. At age 56, she was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame.
I can see the Hall of Shame, not the Hall of Fame. I told my girls when they started in the business, I said, you either have to be different, great, or first. And I think I was just a little different. I come in writing honky-tonk songs that girls was backing back from, and they wouldn't work the honky-tonks, so I took all the honky-tonks.
So don't come home a drinking with lovin' on your mind.
From dive bars to Kennedy Center honors, Loretta touched billions of fans. She had 51 top 10 hits, 22 #1 albums, and sold 45 million records worldwide. But in the end, success and fame weren't as important to her as love.
I would like to be remembered just as a good person. I would like to be remembered that I've never hurt no one. I hope I never say.
Please welcome Brandi Carlile.
on one sec. I want to say something. I just want to say that Loretta Lynn was my hero, but she got to be around on this earth long enough to be my hero's hero. And that's why I love what Martina came out here and said so much, because I can feel the way that Loretta treated her girlfriends by the way that they treat me, Wynonna Judd and Tanya Tucker and Martina. And I promise you right now, Loretta Lynn, to pay that forward for as long as they let me do this job to any younger girl that wants to come out here and take this big, beautiful risk and do this job. I'm gonna sing this for Loretta and her girlfriend Patsy up in heaven. There we go. I've got your picture that you gave to me, and it's time with love, just like it used to be. The only thing different, the only thing new, she's got your picture, she's got you. I got your records we used to share, and they still sound the same as when you were in. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got your records, she's got you. I've got your memory, oh, has it got me? I really don't know, but I know it won't let me be. I've got your class ring that proved you cared, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got these little things, she's got you. I've got your memory, oh, has it got me? I really don't know.
Dude, fire. Grill master, huh?
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
I've got your class ring that proved you cared, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got these little things, she's got you.
Brandy Carlisle, oh my gosh, and how lucky were we that we had you, Miss Loretta. What a legacy you have left. Loretta, you gave us all hope, proving that with hard work, determination, and the truth, even a coal miner's daughter could grow up to be an icon. It has been such a privilege for me to celebrate Loretta's life and music with all of you. I know you loved her, And you know how much she loved you, too. Thanks to all the incredible artists from different generations of country music who joined together tonight to honor the coal miner's daughter. One thing is for sure, Loretta Lynn will be remembered for how fiercely she loved. She adored her family. She once told me they are her greatest legacy. Please welcome Loretta's daughter, Patsy Lynn, and Loretta's granddaughter, Taylor Lynn.
Mima will never forget where she came from. She's with us tonight. Oh, she was actually proud of it. Success never changed her. The person that you saw on stage was the same person she was at home in her living room. She leaned on God in troubled times and sang his praises in her joy. When I was a little girl, she told me that she learned how to read by reading the Bible.
You know, I knew tonight was going to be very difficult. I knew that it was going to be extremely emotional for all of us. Extremely emotional. It is, though, joy. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of what my mom has accomplished. I am so touched, as our family is, of how many people, how many artists, how many people in the world that she has touched. What, because of every single one of you. My sister, Sissy, my brother, Ernest Ray, my twin sister, Peggy, my aunt, Crystal Gale, Betty Ruth, my aunt Peggy. I don't know if Peggy and where Peggy and Sonny are, but my family, all of my nieces and nephews and grandchildren. I know that you think there's a lot of people downstairs. They're mostly our family. We come from a big family, and we are proud of it. We owe. Thank you. We all of you, a big thank you for coming with us tonight and helping us. We cried together, we laughed together, and we enjoyed some incredible music together tonight and some memories. God bless you all. Love you, Mama.
Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage the Highwomen.
Well, She'd smile in mommy's understanding way. In the summertime, we didn't have shoes to wear, but in the wintertime, we'd all get a brand new pair. From a mail order catalog, money made from selling a hog, Daddy always managed to make the money somewhere. Yeah, I'm proud to be a coal miner's daughter. I remember well the well where I drew water. The work we know was hard, and now we sleep when we were tired. Never thought of ever leaving a butcher house